A Minnesota manhunt continues tonight after two Democratic state lawmakers and their spouses were shot in their homes. A state representative and her husband have died, and a state senator and his wife are recovering after what authorities say was a politically motivated attack. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar reports.
Deadly political violence shaking Minnesota Saturday.
Speaker Melissa and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination.
The suspect has been identified as 57-year-old Vance Luther Boelter, director of security patrols at this local armed security company. Investigators say Minnesota Democratic State Rep Melissa Hortman, who recently served as Speaker of the House, and her husband Mark were killed in the middle of the night in their suburban Minneapolis home. Investigators allege Boelter was dressed to appear like a police officer during the shootings.
Brooklyn Park police officers encountered the individual who immediately fired at them, and they exchanged gunfire, and then the individual was able to escape during that exchange of gunfire.
According to social media, the Hortmans were married almost 32 years and leave behind 2 children. Investigators allege Boelter also shot State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette at their home about 8.5 miles from the Hortmans' home. Authorities are working to determine a motive and whether Boelter had any connection to the Hoffmans and Hortmans.
There's certainly some overlap with some, public meetings, I will say, with Senator Hoffman and the individual, but we don't know the nature of the relationship or if they actually knew each other.
Earlier in the week, Representative Hortman made headlines as the only Democrat to vote in support of a measure preventing adult undocumented migrants from accessing Minnesota's low-income health benefits. Found inside the suspect's car was a manifesto and a hit list with about 70 different targets, including abortion providers, according to reports. Also found in the car,
there were some flyers that said "No Kings" within the suspect vehicle.
No Kings protests objecting President Trump's policies have been canceled across Minnesota as a safety precaution. As details about Boelter emerge, we're learning he was first appointed to former Democratic Governor Mark Dayton's Workforce Development Board and was reappointed by Democratic Governor Tim Walz, according to LinkedIn, focusing on employment for people with disabilities. Over in Washington, President Trump has been briefed and says such horrific violence will not be tolerated in the United States of America. The Senate and House minority leaders have asked Capitol Police to take measures to ensure the safety of the Minnesota delegation. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar reporting.